It's official. Australia's international borders are opening next month. So after 18 months of border closures, Australia's international borders will reopen next month in November. So Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison made this announcement on Friday the 1st of October, and in this video we are going to give you details about this international border opening. Plus we will also talk about the recent news regarding the vaccine approvals as well. So make sure to stick around till the end. So this news came up with a bit of surprise as Australia's international travel ban was in place until 17th of December. But the federal government decided that they are bringing this forward by 1 month, especially for those states who achieved the 80% vaccination target. So in one of our previous videos, we discussed about Australia's roadmap out of COVID-19. And in that roadmap, there were 4 stages where Australia will get out of the COVID-19 pandemic, with each stage having a different set of rules and regulations. So currently we are in phase A, but as soon as we hit the target of 70% vaccination rate, we will move to phase B. And with 80% vaccination targets achieved, we will be moving toward phase C. And that is where Australian government planned that the international borders will reopen. So with most of the states and territories reaching that 80% vaccination target next month, Australia will be opening up its international borders. So who will be allowed to come in? So at the moment, all the Australian citizens and permanent residents will be given a priority to return back home. So for the fully vaccinated Australian travelers who have got a TGA approved vaccine, they can do a 7-day home quarantine when they return back to Australia. And for unvaccinated and people who got the vaccines that are not approved by TGA, they will still need to do a hotel quarantine, and that will be for the 14 days. And this international travel will start sometime next month when any of the state or territory will achieve that 80% vaccination target. So there is no specific set date as yet when exactly it will start. Now it seems like New South Wales might be the first state to bring Australians back when these international borders reopen. South Australia is also in line and might not be too far away in this plan as well. Although we must mention that some states and territory premiers like Western Australia and Queensland are still not agreeing to this plan regarding reopening of international borders. Although you might see that some states and territories are open to other countries, but not to other states and territories within Australia. And there is also discussions regarding a quarantine-free travel with certain countries, like Australia did in the past with New Zealand. Obviously, there are more countries they are in talks with as well regarding this quarantine-free travel. Now, very important information regarding the vaccines that are approved. So as we already know that some of the vaccines are already approved in Australia by TGA, which includes AstraZeneca, Moderna, Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson. So in the same press conference, Prime Minister also mentioned that India's Covishield and China's Sinovac will also be approved vaccines for travel purposes. They might not be used in Australia, but they will definitely be added to the list of approved vaccines for travel purposes. So that is a great news for the students who are coming from those countries that have got those vaccines. And we remain really hopeful that more vaccines will be approved over time by TGA. Now overall, this is a very positive news considering the ban has been for so long. So what does this mean for international students now? Obviously, a lot of the students might be thinking, look, it's great that international borders are opening, but they did not mention about international students or other temporary visa holders. Now, as Australian government has mentioned in the past, that the priority will be given to Australian citizens and permanent residents who are still stranded overseas. And believe me, there are thousands of them still overseas. So Australian government definitely want these people to come back as soon as possible. As Prime Minister mentioned that he will try to bring them before the Christmas. And this is what they are going to do in this opening plan. But we remain really hopeful now that international students, skilled migrants and other temporary visa holders might not be too far off. Now there is a pilot program to bring international students that is more likely to go ahead this year before the end of the year in New South Wales, and we're really looking forward to see how that one goes. And if you do want to know more details about that New South Wales plan, you can definitely watch our previous week's video by clicking the link in the description below. And as mentioned in our previous videos as well, that we don't expect a large number of international students coming in right away. It will be a gradual increase over time. So once these international borders reopen, the travels become a bit of normality, that at the start of next semester in 2022, which is February-March intake, we are going to see gradual increase in numbers. We definitely don't know exactly when the large number of students can come back to Australia as yet, but by the day it seems increasingly that Australian government is willing to bring these international students, temporary visa holders and other skilled migrants to Australia as soon as possible. So we remain really hopeful that when this international travel restart, international students and temporary visa holders will be allowed to come in, and the only question remain will be how many. And as always, we look forward to your thoughts regarding this news in the comment section below. If you do like the video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.